Welcome back to Healthier Daily. You know, I was walking through the grocery store the other day and I passed by the supplement aisle. It was packed, floor to ceiling with bottles of magnesium. There were seniors standing there looking at these labels with magnifying glasses trying to figure out which one to buy. Some of those bottles cost $50, $60, even $80 for a month's supply. And it broke my heart because I knew most of that money was going to be wasted.
It is a modern tragedy, Ben. We live in a world where we are taught to look for health inside a plastic bottle before we look for it on our dinner plate. Many of my patients come to me exhausted. They tell me their legs cramp at night or their heart feels like it is skipping a beat. And they say, "Doctor, I am taking the pills, so why do I still feel so empty?"
That is the magnesium paradox. Americans over 60 are spending hundreds of dollars a year on these supplements, but for less than $2, literally, the spare change in your couch, you could be getting 4 times more usable magnesium from your own kitchen. And the science is very clear. Your body is not a machine that just processes chemicals. It is a living garden that prefers real whole food over a dry, chalky capsule.
Exactly. Think of your body like a sponge. When you take a big high-dose pill, it is like dumping a whole bucket of water onto a dry sponge all at once. Most of it just splashes off and runs down the drain. But when you eat magnesium in your food, it is like a gentle, steady rain. The sponge actually has time to soak it up and hold it.
And we need that soaking up more than ever as we get older. Magnesium is the silent worker behind the scenes. It handles over 300 jobs, keeping your heart rhythm steady, calming your nerves so you can sleep, and making sure your muscles don't seize up like a rusty hinge. But after age 50, our gut gets a little lazier. It doesn't pull nutrients from food as well as it used to.
It is a quiet change, Ben. And if you add in the stress of daily life that morning, cup of coffee or the blood pressure medicine your doctor prescribed, your body starts burning through its magnesium stores faster than a forest fire. I once had a patient named Margaret, 70 years old, who couldn't sleep more than 2 hours without a leg cramp waking her up. She was terrified it was a heart problem. It wasn't. Her internal battery was just running on empty because she was eating what I call the magnesium thieves.
The magnesium thieves. We are going to expose those today. We're going to show you the 10 most powerful foods that can refill your tank naturally. We aren't just going to give you a list. We're going to show you how to unlock these foods so your body actually absorbs them. We're talking about moving from feeling faded to feeling focused.
By the end of this video, you will have a simple plan to reach 500 milligrams of magnesium every day without ever opening another pill bottle. It is about working with nature, not against it.
Before we reveal the first food on our list, I have a quick question for you. If you have ever woken up in the middle of the night with a Charlie horse or a leg cramp that just wouldn't quit, I want you to go to the comments right now and just type yes. It helps us see how many of you are dealing with this, and it lets us know we're talking about the right things. Also, if you're ready to save your money and heal your body, hit that subscribe button and join our Healthier Daily family. All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty. If we want to hit that goal of 500 milligrams a day, we have to start with the basics. But here's the catch. Not all magnesium is created equal. Some foods look great on paper, but they're holding onto their magnesium like a vault. We're starting our countdown at number 10 with leafy greens, specifically things like spinach and bok choy.
Spinach is a very interesting case, Ben. It is famous because of the old cartoons, right? Everyone thinks it's the ultimate strength food, And it's true, a large bunch of spinach has a lot of magnesium, but spinach has a secret guard called oxalates. Think of oxalates like tiny handcuffs. They grab onto the magnesium and refuse to let your body have it.
That's a great way to put it. You could eat a giant salad, but if those handcuffs are on your body, might only get 10 or 15% of what's actually in there. It just passes right through you.
Exactly. I had a patient who ate a spinach salad every single day, but was still showing signs of deficiency. I told him, you are eating the magnesium, but you aren't receiving it. To break those handcuffs, you need a helper. That helper is vitamin C. If you squeeze fresh lemon juice over your greens or toss in some slices of bell pepper, the vitamin C acts like a key that unlocks the handcuffs. It makes the magnesium free, so your gut can finally pull it in.
That's such a simple fix, just a squeeze of lemon. Now moving to number 9, we have fruits and berries. This is the easy win category. Unlike spinach, fruits like bananas, avocados, and blackberries don't have those handcuffs or oxalates.
This is why I love fruit for my older patients. As we age, our digestion becomes more sensitive. Fruit is clean. When a banana says it has 27 milligrams of magnesium, your body actually gets nearly all of it. And for those of you worried about your blood sugar, look at the avocado. It's a fruit, it's creamy, it's full of healthy fats that help your brain, and it is a magnesium powerhouse with none of the sugar spikes.
And let's not forget berries. Raspberries and blackberries are great because they have high fiber. Fiber is like a slow-motion button for your digestion. It keeps the food in your system just a little longer, so your body has more time to mine for that magnesium.
Now, number 8 brings us to non-starchy vegetables. We are talking about broccoli, cauliflower, and those little cabbages, Brussels sprouts. These are the workhorses of the kitchen. They don't have many blockers at all. But there is a doctor's secret to making these work even better.
Is this about how we cook them, Dan?
Yes, many seniors steam their vegetables until they are mushy and gray. When you do that, you are literally washing the minerals down the drain. You want to roast them or lightly saute them. And here is the most important part. Use olive oil. Magnesium likes to travel with healthy fats. Drizzling olive oil over your roasted broccoli is like giving the magnesium a limousine ride through your intestinal wall. It makes the journey much faster and more efficient.
It makes them taste better too. Now, number 7 is one that people often get wrong because they only associate it with strong bones and calcium. We're talking about dairy products, milk, yogurt, and cheese.
Dairy is a very gentle source of magnesium, Ben. It has zero thieves or blockers, but it is important for a different reason. Magnesium and calcium are like two sides of a coin. Calcium makes muscles contract, like when you clench your fist, and magnesium helps them relax.
So they have to work together in a balance.
Precisely. If you have too much calcium and not enough magnesium, your muscles get stuck in the clenched position. That is what a cramp is. Dairy provides a natural balance of both. I often tell my patients who struggle with sleep to have a cup of warm milk or a little plain yogurt an hour before bed. The magnesium in that dairy tells your nervous system, it's okay to let go now. It's time to rest.
It's nature's nightcap. So we've got the greens unlocked with lemon, the clean energy from fruit, the roasted veggies with oil, and the balancing act of dairy. But Dan, we're about to get into the heavy hitters, the foods that have so much magnesium they can replace a pill in just a few bites.
Wait until they hear about the grains and the golden indulgence at number 5. Most people think they have to give these up, but for magnesium, they are essential.
Before we move on, I want to take a quick second to connect with our community. We have people watching from all over the world, but we love seeing where our American neighbors are tuning in from. Down in the comments, tell us which state you're watching from and what's one healthy food you've always struggled to like. Is it the Brussels sprouts, the spinach we're going to be looking through and giving tips on how to make them taste better? We are moving into the heart of the kitchen now. Number 6 on our list is whole grains. Now, I know a lot of people have been told to stay away from bread and rice, but when we talk about magnesium, true whole grains like oats, brown rice, and whole wheat are like a savings account for your health.
They really are, Ben, but we must be careful with the word whole. Most of the bread you see in the store is what I call ghost food. They take the grain strip away the outer shell, which is where all the magnesium lives, and leave you with white flour. White flour has almost zero magnesium. It fills your stomach, but it starves your cells.
It's like taking the engine out of a car and just leaving the seats. You're not going anywhere.
Exactly. But even with true whole grains, there is a trick. Grains have something called phytates. I think of phytates like a lock on a door. They hold the magnesium inside the grain so you can't get to it. To open that lock, you need to soak. If you soak your oats overnight or soak your brown rice for an hour before cooking, you are essentially unlocking that door.
Soaking is such a simple, old-fashioned habit, but it makes a massive difference in how much energy you actually get from your meal. Now let's talk about number 5, and this is the one everyone has been waiting for: dark chocolate. Dan, can we really tell our viewers that chocolate is medicine?
Smiling. Yes, we can, but we must be very specific. We are not talking about a sugary candy bar at the checkout counter. We are talking about 805% cacao or higher. Pure cocoa is one of the densest sources of magnesium on the planet. It is also full of flavonoids, which are like a spa treatment for your blood vessels. They help your arteries relax and stay flexible.
I love that. A small 1-ounce square of dark chocolate can give you about 50 milligrams of magnesium. That's a huge amount for such a small treat. It's the perfect way to satisfy a sweet tooth while actually helping your heart rhythm stay steady.
It is my favorite prescription. A little dark chocolate after dinner helps the brain produce the chemicals that make us feel calm and happy. It is good for the soul and the muscles.
Moving to number 4, we have the legumes, lentils, black beans, and chickpeas. These are the muscle beans. They are packed with protein, but they are also famous for their magnesium content.
Legumes are the secret to longevity in many parts of the world. But just like the grains, they have those phytate locks. If you just open a can of beans and eat them, you're only getting half the benefits.
So we use the soaking secret here too.
Yes, but even better use a pressure cooker. If you soak your beans overnight and then cook them in a pressure cooker, you destroy almost all of those blockers. This makes the magnesium bioavailable, which is just a fancy way of saying your body can actually use it. I've seen seniors who struggle with fatigue start eating a half cup of well-cooked lentils 3 times a week, and their energy levels completely transform.
It's affordable, it's filling, and it's a magnesium bomb if you prepare it right. So we've unlocked our grains and beans, and we've had our chocolate. But Dan, we are about to reveal the top three, the absolute champions of the mineral world. These are the foods that don't just have magnesium, they are made of it.
These last three are the heavyweights, Ben, especially the fish and the tiny seeds that most people ignore. When you add these, you don't just reach 500 milligrams, you fly right past it.
We've made it to the top tier. These are the foods that do the heavy lifting. Number 3 on our list is fatty fish. We're talking about salmon, mackerel, and those little powerhouses, sardines. Now, Dr. Hinohara, we usually hear about fish for the brain, but why is it so high on the magnesium list?
Fish is a clean winner, Ben. Unlike the beans or the greens we talked about, fish has 0 blockers, no oxalates, no phytates, no handcuffs. When you eat a piece of mackerel, your body welcomes that magnesium with open arms. It is a direct delivery to your heart and your muscles.
And mackerel is the real king here, right? It actually has more magnesium per serving than almost any other fish. Plus, you're getting those omega-3 fats that we love so much for keeping our pipes clear.
Exactly. I tell my patients to think of fish as a double-duty meal. It feeds the brain with healthy fats and calms the heart with magnesium. If you can have fish just twice a week, you are giving your cardiovascular system a massive head start.
Now let's move to number 2 nuts, almonds, cashews, and walnuts. These are the classic brain snacks, but they are also incredibly dense in magnesium. A small handful of almonds has almost 80 milligrams. But Dan, you have a specific roasting trick to make these even better for seniors.
I do. You see, raw nuts have a little bit of those locks we mentioned earlier. But if you lightly roast them just for a few minutes at a low heat around 300 degrees, you actually break down those blockers. It's like pre-digesting the magnesium for your body.
So a light toast makes the minerals 20% more usable. That's an incredible hack for such a simple snack.
It really is. And it brings out the oils which help the magnesium slide right through your system. Just a small handful a day is enough to keep your nerves steady and your mind sharp.
And finally, the moment we've been waiting for. Number 1, the king of kings for magnesium. They are tiny, they are crunchy, and most people just use them as a decoration. We are talking about seeds, pumpkin seeds, chia seeds, and the absolute champion hemp seeds.
It is a miracle in a tiny package, Ben. Hemp seeds are the most concentrated source of usable magnesium in the natural world. Just 1 single tablespoon, something you can easily sprinkle on your morning oatmeal, gives you nearly 90 milligrams of magnesium.
90 milligrams in 1 tablespoon. That is more than some of the expensive pills people are buying at the health store.
And it comes with perfect protein. Hemp seeds have all the building blocks your body needs to repair its muscles. If you are a senior who feels weak or shaky, these seeds are your best friend. Sprinkle them on your salad, mix them into your soup, or put them on your yogurt. They are the spark of life for your cells.
So we've got the fish for the heart, the roasted nuts for the nerves, and the seeds for the spark. We've built the perfect magnesium plate. But Dan, before we wrap this up, we have to talk about the thieves. The 3 things most Americans eat every day that are secretly draining their magnesium tank.
This is the most important part, Ben. It doesn't matter how much water you pour into the bucket if there are 3 giant holes in the bottom. We have to plug those holes if we want to feel our best.
We've spent the day talking about how to fill your magnesium tank, but now we have to talk about the drain. Dr. Hinohara, you call these the three magnesium thieves. These are things millions of Americans eat every single day, often thinking they're harmless, but they are actually robbing the body of its most precious mineral.
It is a silent robbery, Ben. The first and biggest thief is white sugar. I want you to imagine your body trying to process a spoonful of sugar. It takes a massive amount of cellular energy to deal with that sugar spike. To do that work, your body has to spend its magnesium.
So every time we eat a sugary snack, we're essentially paying for it with our magnesium stores.
Exactly. And the more sugar you eat, the more magnesium your kidneys flush out through your urine. It is like having a hole in the bottom of your bucket. You can pour in all the seeds and fish you want. But if you're eating high sugar foods, it's just leaking out the bottom.
That explains why people feel so crashed and tired after a sugar high. Their tank is literally empty. Now, the second thief is one we touched on earlier, white flour.
White flour is a mineral desert. When they process wheat to make white bread or pasta, they strip away the bran and the germ. That is where 80% of the magnesium lives. So when you eat white bread, you are filling your stomach with calories, but you are giving your cells nothing. It's empty fuel that leaves you feeling hungry and weak an hour later.
And the third thief might be the most hidden one in the American kitchen industrial seed oils. We're talking about canola, soybean, and corn oil.
These oils are highly processed, and they cause internal friction, what doctors call inflammation. When your body is inflamed, it burns through magnesium much faster to try and calm things down. If you want to keep your magnesium, you must switch to olive oil or avocado oil. These fats are friends to your heart, and they help transport your minerals instead of stealing them.
Plug the holes, stop the leaks. If you swap the sugar for fruit, the white bread for whole grains, and the seed oils for olive oil, your tank will finally start to stay full. So Dan, let's put it all together. How does a senior reach that 500 milligrams goal in just one day?
It is easier than you think. Let's look at a perfect magnesium day breakfast. Start with a glass of milk and oatmeal sprinkled with 1 tablespoon of hemp seeds. Right there, you've already hit nearly 150 milligrams. Lunch, a piece of mackerel with a side of roasted broccoli and a little brown rice. That adds another 20 milligrams. Snack, a handful of roasted almonds and a square of dark chocolate. That's another 130 milligrams. Dinner, a bowl of lentil soup made in the pressure cooker with some leafy greens and a squeeze of lemon. That's your final 100 milligrams.
That adds up to 500 milligrams. No pills, no expensive powders, just delicious real food that you can find at any local grocery store for just a few dollars.
And the best part, your body will feel the difference. Within just a week of eating this way, your sleep will deepen, your heart will feel steadier, and those leg cramps will become a thing of the past. You aren't just getting old, Ben. You're becoming well-nourished.
What a powerful way to end. To everyone watching, you have the power to change how you feel, starting with your very next meal. If you found this plan helpful, please hit that like button and share this with a friend who might be struggling with their energy.
And don't forget to subscribe to Healthier Daily. We are building a community of seniors who are reclaiming their strength and vitality through the power of real food. We want you to be a part of it.
One last thing, remember that we are here to share information, but you should always talk to your own doctor before making big changes to your diet, especially if you have kidney issues or are on heart medication.
Stay strong, eat well, and listen to what your body is telling you. We will see you in the next video.